I don't really want to say any of it. Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. So my DMs can get a little bit interesting. I'm honoured that you guys feel like we're friends so that you don't have to get embarrassed about asking about slightly embarrassing vocabulary and situations. So it got me thinking, maybe I should actually create a video with this embarrassing vocabulary so that you can get help in any situation. So buckle up, because today we're going to cover it all: toilet stuff, underwear, intimate parts. I'll try not to get too embarrassed myself. This channel, if you didn't already know, is dedicated to teaching practical Portuguese in plain English. So if that is something that you need in your life to build your confidence and your conversational skills in Portuguese, then this is the place for you. Hit subscribe now, because I publish new videos every week. So where should we start? So let's start in the toilet. This will be particularly helpful for you if you have small children. So to do a pee, you would say fazer xixi, or even xixizinho. You know that the Portuguese love to add inho to the end of things to make it kind of like cute and affectionate. So this is probably useful, as I say, if you have a kid. If they've had an accident, the way to describe this would be to say, fizeste xixi nas calças? Did you do a pee in your pants? Now, if it is a poop, you are going to say fazer cocó. Now, I want to make sure that you've got two nice open O's, cocó, right? Because this is one of the things that I bring up in my free lesson for beginners, which is linked in the description if you're interested. We talk about the importance of knowing the difference between closed vowels and open vowels, because you can actually be saying a different word if you're not doing it correctly, okay? So the word coconut, for example, coco, is different but kind of sounds the same, looks the same, so you have to be really careful about making sure that you have a closed or an open O in the right place, okay? So for poop, it is coco. Alright, so what then about underwear? We need to learn how to say all of these correctly. Sometimes the pronunciation may be a little bit tricky, so I do have a free pronunciation guide that is linked in the description as well that can help you out with some of these difficult sounds. The first one, bra. Soutien. I actually find this really difficult to say, and there's actually kind of two spellings, but basically you want to make it sound quite like a nasal A at the end. Soutien. Knickers or pants in general would be cuecas. Cuecas. Remember, when a word ends in an S, we need a sh at the end there. Now, of course, there's lots of different styles, so this is just the word for kind of pants in general. It's also interesting to note that in Brazil, you will say slightly different things. So, for example, knickers for women would be calcinha. But in Portugal, cuecas, just pants across the board. Some particular types of pants, maybe you're going underwear shopping and you need to know what you are looking for. So if you want a Brazilian style of cut, we know what those look like as well. In England, for example, we would say cueca brasileira. Nice and straightforward. If you want just a simple bikini shape for your knickers, it would be cueca biquíni. But if you want more of a G-string thong type of situation, it would be cueca fio dental. Now this is important to notice that this is different to dental floss, okay? If you check out my video on At the Dentist, we had a bit of a laugh about this. If you need a bit of support, maybe you're wearing something that you want to suck in that old tummy, we've all been there. You want cueca de cintura subida, okay? So holding things in. And for boys, nice and simple, boxer. If you are planning to spend a lot of time in your underwear or maybe swimwear, then maybe you're going to want to do some waxing of intimate areas. This is a question I actually get asked quite a lot. How do I say this? So the word for waxing in general is depilação, and the thing that they use, wax, is cera. So this would be depilação a cera. So you can go into a salon that you find and say, faz depilação a cera. Now, if they do, you're going to need to describe what type you want and also the body part that you want. So let's go through a few of those. So for the bikini wax, it is depilação a virilha. This LH sound is so difficult to get right. It's like, think of your tongue as like a blade going straight. Yeah, okay, virilha. But then you might even need to be even more detailed than that. You could ask for Linha biquíni, just the bikini line, nice and simple. Cavada, we are taking a little bit more off. Or virilha completa, which is everything, full Hollywood. Other places you might want to wax, less embarrassing, would be sobrancelhas, pulso, perna, or meia perna, or even the axilas. If you want to have a practice saying these words out loud, don't be embarrassed, you're just at home, no one can hear you. Rewind and keep repeating those ones after me. Do you have any vocabulary that you've been too embarrassed to ask about? Drop it in the comments, but keep it clean enough for it to not get censored, and I will try and help. So another word that could cause embarrassment if you use it in the incorrect context is preservativo. Alright? Sounds like preservative, something you would find in food, right? But no, it means condom, and preservativo is what we call a false friend, where something sounds like a word in English but is actually not. I do have a whole video on more examples of this, so check that one out next if you are interested, so that you can make sure that you're actually saying the right word for what you need. Finally, we had better cover everything to do with menstruation. You may have dores de período. Okay, dor is just a general word for pain, so this would be period pain. In which case, you may need to get some medicamentos, painkillers. You will also probably need tampão. This one's hard to say because we've got to make sure we get those nasal sounds right. Tampão, or maybe you use penso higiênico, sanitary towel, or even copo menstrual, a menstrual cup. If you're having issues, you may need to see the ginecologista. Blah, that's a tongue twister word, isn't it? Whenever we have long words like this, we just need to break them up into syllables and make sure that we are really clear on our pronunciation rules. As I said, my pronunciation guide is linked in the description. So split it up into syllables and say it nice and slow. Ginecologista. I love to be of service, so if this lesson has been helpful, give it a thumbs up. I could probably do a part 2, so again, if you've got more questions you need to ask me, you can put them in the comments or DM me on Instagram. Let me know what other situations I can help you with for your day-to-day life in Portugal. As this has proved, I'm pretty much up for anything. I'll be back next week with more tips and tutorials to level up your practical Portuguese, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss a thing. Ciao for now.